All right, guys. There's something that I noticed on Delta Math that might be a little troublesome for some of you guys. So, this exponential from 2 points, level 1. This section, I'm going to show you how to do some of these questions over here, and I want you to kind of listen carefully. And I'm going to show you how to use the tools and calculator in Delta Math to do these types of questions, given that I know how to even use the calculator there. But I'm going to do it and try and see what happens. All right. So. It says write an exponential function in the form y equals ax blah blah blah. That goes through these 2 points. So we know it's the exponential function and it has to work with this equation. We have to make it into this equation. It goes through these 2 points. So first of all, I just want to say they already give you. So I'm going to write this over here, x and y. They already give you 0, 14 and 4, 8, 7, 5, 0. And we got to write it in this form, y equals a times b to the x. Now, if you look carefully, we are already given our initial value here with that 14. So we know a is going to be equal to 14. Now, to write this equation, we got to find out what b is. We got to find out what b is. So in order to do that, the best way to do this is to go, all right, we're going to take the other point right here, this point I'm going to put in blue. We're going to take this other point and we're going to substitute it in given what we have to find out what our b is. So what do I mean? So we know that a is 14. We don't know what b is, but we know when we put this x value of 4 in, we got 8,750. Right? Now we could solve and figure out what this b is. Now the way to do that is here. We're going to divide by 14. Divide by 14, and if I do this over here, let me see, calculator here right at the bottom. So if we do 8750 and divide that by 14, we wind up with this number 625. 625. And that's going to be equal to b to the 4th. Now, I haven't taught this to you guys yet, but it's very easy to understand. So basically, we want to figure out what number that when we got to get this what do you call it, fourth root out of here. We got to get this b to the 4th out of here. We got to get rid of this 4. How do we do that? So if you guys remember, when we have square, we just square root. But what we're going to do is actually we're going to do what we call the 4th root. The 4th root cancels out this 4. And then we got to figure out what multiplies by itself 4 times to get 625. Well, we can do that on a calculator. I'm going to see if I can do it over here. Let me see. Shift right here. As you can see, it has this n right here. So we do 4th root. And we go over and put 625. I'm all the way down here, guys, by the way. Press enter, and you can see it's 5. So the 4th root of 625 would be 5. So, sorry, what just happened? So we wind up with b equaling 5. So now we have a, we have b, so it's going to be y equals 14 times 5 to the x power. That would be our answer. Go right over here and type that in. Y equals 14 times 5 to the x power. Good answer. Hopefully I'm right, and there you go. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more just so you guys can see again. And I hope this helps. So let's do a new problem. All right. Again, we have these 2 points. My 2 points here, x. I'm gonna write it over here, and y. And we got 0, 12. That's our initial value. 3 and 6, 1, 4, 4. Now we know it has to be y equals a times b dx. So our y value, we know what our a is already. A is going to be right here. I'm going to put that in green. Right here, 12. Our b is what we don't know. We got to figure that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our other point and substitute in to find our b. So we're going to do 6,144 is our y equals our 12, our initial value, times b to the x power. Sorry, not to the x power, to the 3rd power. All right, now How do we do this? We're going to divide by 12. We got to get this b by itself, divide by 12. So 6144, I'm going to go on the calculator down here, 6, sorry, clear this. All right, so 6144, and I'm going to divide that by 12. All right, 12, come on, by 12, and I'm going to get 512. 512 equals b to the third power. Now, in order to get rid of this third power, we're going to do what we're going to cube root it. Cube root it. We got to figure out what times itself 3 times will equal 5. That'll get rid of that. We want it with b by itself over here. We're going to figure out what times itself 3 times will give you 512. So I'm going to come back over here to my calculator. Guys, I'm on the bottom over here again. Click this right here. As you can see, it gives you a little section here so you can tell you what root you're using. So we're doing the third root. We move it in, and then we're going to do 512. That would equal 8. So we get b is equal to 8. So our equation is y equals our initial amount, which is 12, times our b, which is 8, to the x power. Go ahead and put that in. Y equals 12 times 8 to the x power. Submit answer. Yes. I'm going to do one more so we can figure this one out. All right. So again, same thing. We wind up with y is equal to a b to the x power. They give us these points, x and y, which is 0, 13, our initial value, 2, 6, 37. All right. So we got our, remember we got our a, which is right here given to us, 13. Our b, we don't know. We got to figure that out. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our other point right here, and we're going to substitute it in. We know we got 637, our y value, when our a value is 13, and we multiply that by some number. We don't know. We're going to figure that out. And our x value was 2. That's our x. That's our y. So we just substitute our 2 in, our x in. Now we're just going to solve it. Get b by itself. Now, 13 divided by 13, divided by 13. 637 divided by 13. What is that? 637 divided by 13 equals 49. 49, which equals b squared. Now in this case, we're going to do the square root. Square root gets rid of a square. You could put that 2 here if you wanted to. But this right here, radical by itself, a square root is just a square root, which is you don't need to put the 2. So we should know this is going to be b is equal to 7. All right. Now, technically is equal to positive or negative 7, but however, remember b is always going to be a number greater than 0, greater than 0. All right. It can be between 0 and 1 or greater than 1. All right. So when we do this, we write our equation out. Y is equal to our a, which is 13. What's our b? 7 to the x power. That's it. Let me type it in over here. See if we get it right. Y is equal to 13 times 7 to the x power. See if we're right. I made a mistake. What did I do? I wrote it wrong. I didn't put the y equals. My fault, guys. I didn't put the y equals. But yeah, it was the right answer. I just forgot to put the y equals. Even I make the mistake, guys. So there you go. Make sure you put your y equals, but the answer was correct, as you can see. All right. So when you do the work, guys, remember whatever you wind up with over here. If it's b to the 5th, you're gonna use this button down here, and then b to the 5th. This button down here. If you don't know how to get to it, again, just press the shift, and right here, just click on that. Make sure I'm in there. Click on that, and you can put 5th root of the number that you're taking the 5th root of. 8, even if it was an 8, it'd just be an 8th root over here, all right? 8 of the number you're taking the 8th root of, and that'll get your b, all right? Hopefully that helps. I will do this again in our next meet just to make sure. but hopefully this helps. Talk to you guys next time.